everyone, and welcome to Storytime. Today's story is taken from the book Brown Sugar and Spice by Betty Peter. Our story today: The House on Columbus Square. Just a short distance from Castries' bustling harbor, the taxis turned sharply left, away from the main street, snarling traffic, and headed down a quiet road towards Columbus Square. Columbus Square was the only peaceful place amidst the town's frantic pace. It was a sanctuary of grassy plots and flower beds abloom with bright orange marigolds, where weathered stone pathways pointed the way to green painted iron benches placed at intervals between branches of flamboyant trees. In the center of the square stood a small green pavilion. Here the police band performed concerts on Sunday afternoons. Here the townsfolk came to relax and enjoy the music of military bands, lilting waltzes, and even hit parade tunes. In fact, there was always something exciting happening on the square. And happily for Harriet, the family's rented house looked onto Columbus Square. Harriet's wooden house was narrow and pretty with 2 stories high. White filigree fretwork decorated both the jalousie windows and the upstairs veranda, which overhung the pavement. Such verandas were purposely designed to offer refuge to passers-by, giving shelter from rain or providing shade on hot sunny days. Upper floor bedrooms, with their high ceilings, were pleasantly light and airy, for they all open onto a spacious veranda. Lugging their luggage, the family trudged up the 3 concrete steps which led from the pavement to the wooden front door. The door was slightly ajar, so they trooped inside. The drawing room was dim and gloomy, for someone had adjusted the wooden louvered windows to keep out street dust and allow privacy within. Woof woof, woof woof woof. A big black and white dog bounded towards them. Alarmed, the family backed away, but Harriet bounced forward. A pet dog! Woof woof! Hi, doggy, she greeted cheerily. Get back here, Harriet, bellowed her father. Here, doggy, nice doggy. Cautiously, George stretched out his hand to pat the dog. What's your name, doggy? Careful, George, warned his father. Yes, George, do be careful, his mother pleaded. That bad dog will bite you, George, declared Elizabeth. No, he won't, Harriet assured him. He just wants to make friends. But the dog growled threateningly, as if to say, come no further. Still George persisted. Good, good doggy, he said, while the family hovered uncertainly near the front door. Good doggy, nice doggy. No one's going to harm you. Doggy do, crooned Harriet. Eventually the dog's ears drooped, and his growls diminished to an uneasy rumble. Then, dragging his paws across the floor, he pulled back a little. Good, good doggy. Dolefully the dog glowered at the intruders, but he moved back some more. Good doggy, nice doggy, the children coaxed. The dog had never been spoken to so gently. His aggressive grumbles gradually dwindled into worried whimpers. He still looked perplexed, but tentatively wagged his tail as they continued to reassure him. Finally, his whining ceased. Nice doggy, good doggy, they chorused. Then, his tail sagging in surrender, the dog allowed the family to proceed into the dining room. In contrast to the dim drawing room, the dining room was bright and sunny with large open windows and a wide doorway leading to the backyard. The table was laid for supper. A blue bowl filled with red hibiscus decorated the center of the table, and around it were platters of chicken and potato salad, juicy tomatoes, crisp lettuce, slices of hams, and bread rolls. I knew we were going to like it here, Harriet declared. Supper looks simply delicious, exclaimed Elizabeth. I'm starved, George grumbled. There must be a good fairy living in this house, cried Harriet. That good fairy, said her mother, is Clarissa, our new cook. We made arrangements to employ her in advance so that she could prepare the house for our arrival. May we eat now? Asked Margaret. Yes, go upstairs and wash your hands. Then we shall have supper. But Harriet was not the least bit interested in supper. She could not wait to explore. As Elizabeth, Margaret, and George dutifully trooped upstairs to wash, Harriet sneaked through the back door. There in the middle of the backyard stood a mango tree. It was the perfect size for her new tree house. Whoopee! With arms spread wide like wings, Harriet spun round and around the garden. Halfway through a twirl, she stumbled to a standstill beneath the tree laden with juicy red ripe fruit. Sweet plums, she exclaimed. I can't wait to climb that tree. She resumed her dizzy spinning, then paused and breathed deeply. Mmm. What was that sweet scent? She looked around. Growing on either side of the back door were two gardenia shrubs. She picked a flower, mmm, and stuck it behind her ear. The long and narrow dirt yard was fenced on either side with colorful hibiscus bushes that stretched all the way to the next street. She skipped to the yard's far end where the green, glossy, fan-shaped leaves of a massive breadfruit tree shaded roosters, hens, and chickens. Yard fowls crowed and clucked while baby chicks, cheep, 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 rummaged in the dirt for grubby treats. Abruptly, Harriet stopped. There, huddled amongst the chickens, looking quite lost and out of place, was a little white rabbit. Slowly, quietly, hands outstretched, Harriet approached the bunny. Poor little rabbit, where's your family? She asked tenderly. Gently she picked the rabbit up and cuddled it in her arms. Never mind, I'll adopt you as my very own pet. Now what shall I call you? Hmm, I think I call you Ruby. Ruby, she explained, is a very ladylike name. She carefully placed her new pet under her protective cover of a hibiscus bush. Worms and grubs are certainly not proper rabbit food, she decided, so I'll just have to find you some supper. Harriet trekked all the way back to the other end of the long, narrow yard, collecting juicy young leaves and shoots for her new pet. She returned with handfuls of green delicacies to entice Ruby and cement their friendship. Glory, everyone! Startled Harriet dropped Ruby's dinner. The explosion reverberated from the outhouse tucked away in a corner of the yard. She hesitated. Should she run back inside or should she find out who was in the outhouse? That's our story for today. Thank you for listening, and goodbye until next time.